Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Reflections. I am Vikram and today's lecture would be on conditional formatting in Excel. We will go through what is conditional formatting and how and where it can be used. So let's get started. With the conditional formatting, we can change the appearance of the data on the basis of conditions. It is used to visually identify critical data points and trends. With the use of this tool, the data of utmost importance stands out of the rest of the dataset and enable us to focus on the significant areas. Let's see how it is done. This is the data set we have for weather data of a city for the month of May 2020. And this data set we would be using for understanding the condition formatting in detail. So for conditional formatting, to format any cell or any column, we need to first select that particular column. So let's see where is this conditional formatting in the menu. You can go to home, then to conditional formatting, click on that, and then you come down to new rule. And here in the topmost pane where there are rule types mentioned, you can see the first three rules which will be in scope for today's session. The first three rules are format all cells based on their value. Second is format only cells that contain, and the format only top or bottom rank values. So we'll go one by one. So first, to use the rule type is format all cell based on their values. What does that mean? So on the basis of their values, all the cells which are be selected would be formatted on the basis of the values. So if we want to go about this, let's first cancel it and let's select. Let's say we want to apply this conditional formatting on column B. So we select the whole column. Again, go to home, on conditional formatting, new rule, and then here we'll see format all cell based on their values. Now under that we have two color scale. As of now, two color scale is fine for us. So what we are trying to do here is that there is a range of values in our column, and this particular conditional formatting is done on the basis of the lowest to the highest value, and there is a range of the color which would be applied to that particular cell on the basis of what value that cell is containing. Okay, so in our case, as because we are talking about temperatures, so let's say the lowest temperature, which would be the cooler one. So what we can do here is that you can change the color of in this particular rule, you can change the color of the lowest value. So in our case, let's say we use green color for the lowest temperature, and for highest temperature, let's say that means it's the hottest temperature, then we select the color as, let's say, red. So see, this is the gradient colors that you would be getting in your data. So we can directly just click on OK, and this will apply to your data. So if you can see, then the temperatures or the values which are on a higher side are more in red color, and the values on the lower side are towards the green color. Okay, so that way this whole of the column is formatted on the basis of the value that they contain, and they are getting a color gradation from green, which is the lowest one, to the highest red. Okay, now let's move to the next scenario. This time we will use this on next column, that is the weather type. Again, we'll go to home, click on conditional formatting, then go to new rule, and this time we'll use the second rule, that is format only cells that contain. Okay, so in this case, how we want to do this is that we want to, let's say, mark only those uh, uh, cells where the weather type is sunny. Okay, so in that case, we can do it in various ways, where first is the cell value is between. If you see this column, this drop down, we have values like between, like if that particular value in that cell is between these two values, which we will be entering in the next two drop downs, or not between, because that is means outside the range that we have mentioned. Equal to means we are using the exact value. In our case, as we want to color only those cells which have a value as sunny, so we will use equal to. So now we have only one drop down to fill, and thus we'll fill that value which we want to search for. So I've mentioned here as sunny. Now what is the format you want to apply to that particular cell which has a value as sunny? So you can click on format, change the format in whatever way you want. Let's say in my case I just want to color it with this color. I click on OK and then click on OK here, and you can see the data, all the fields, all the cells which were having value as sunny got colored and formatted. It's not only colored, because in our case we just selected as color. We could have changed the format, we could have made the text as bold, or we could have changed the border. Any formatting we change, that formatting would be applied to that particular cells which are having that value which we have selected in our rule. Okay, so now let's come to the third part. For the third we will use, let's say, the column D for humidity. Now we go back to home again, we go to conditional formatting, new rules, and in this the third one is format only top or bottom ranked values. What does that mean? Let's click on that. Okay, in the bottom pane, now it's asking for top 10 values, or we can change it to, let's say, bottom 10, but whichever way we can do that. And also we can change whether you want, let's say, come back to top again, and if you want top 5 items, if you don't want 10 items, you can change it here itself. Let's say we want only 5 items to be formatted, and with what format we want. Let's say we want this format to be, in our case, let's say we change the format also, font this time, and font we will use as, let's say, bold. We want this value to be bold, plus we want the border is already there, so let's change this border to this way, dotted one. And then let's say fill also, we change it to any color of your choice, let's say this color, and then we click on OK, and we click on OK here. So if you can see in your data, top 5 top 5 values are formatted in the way that the format that you selected in the conditional formatting. So this way you can, depending upon your requirement, you can change the formatting of the cell or the column, and depending on what you want to see in the data, what is your significant thing that you want from your data, that can be marked by this, and that would be easily identifiable from whole of the data through this conditional formatting. Let's see a few more things. Under conditional formatting, we have added all the rules through new rule. We can come to the option add manage rules, and here right now we are not able to see anything because nothing is selected where the conditional formatting is applied. So if you have not selected any cell on which the conditional formatting is already applied, you will not get any value here. And now let's say if I move let's say I close it, and let's say I move to this column and again go back to conditional formatting, and this time I click on manage rules, and see, I can see that particular rule which was applied to this column. Let's say we have applied our rules to 3 columns. Let's see how it will show us if we select all 3 columns. This time we have selected all 3 columns. Now I go to home, conditional formatting, manage rules, and we will see all 3 rules here. So in this at the first, it shows us like which rule is applied, then what is the format applied, and the column on which that rule is applied. From here, if you want, you can edit any rule. Let's say in our case, we want to edit this particular rule. Let's click on edit, and let's say if you want to change the color to yellow, click OK from here, and if we apply, and this time the color changed to yellow. Okay, so this way we can change the rules, and also we can delete the rules from here. Let's say if you want to delete this, you can select and delete and apply, so that formatting would be removed from that cell or that column, and we can click on OK. These are three basic type of rules which are used everywhere, and in my future lecture I'll take up few more rule types for conditional formatting. Till then, looking forward to your comments and queries, and also let me know if you want me to cover any other topic in Excel. Bye, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next lecture. Thank you.